Stampers and Crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. Hello, I'm so sorry I'm a little bit late today. I went out and had a pedicure via my mother-in-law. So this is like, yay, exciting, a pretty little pink one. But today, I'll get focused back on our Hump Day sketches. We have a layout that runs 4.5 by 5, and then we have a 3 by 4 1/4, and a 2.5 by 1 3/4. All right, another hard one for me. I did not know what to do, so I kind of faked it all. All right, so first card we are making today is this beautiful little card. Love the butterflies, love the butterfly here. This is a retired butterfly die, but I had to have something. It just looks like it was butterflies today. And here is another one that is, you know, coffee with friends. Okay, coffee with a friend is like happiness in a cup. And then you open it and you have a croissant and the little heart lattes. Love it. So we're going to get ourselves started on this so you guys can see exactly where we are. So we are going to start with a piece of our daisy, and I think it goes this way. No, it's not this way. Here it is. It's our daisy. What is my daisy? Sorry, there are times, and I'm not very organized right now, coming back from a pedicure, a little bit on the late side, but this is where we are. We have Fresh as a Daisy, and at the very front it has all these wonderful little pieces that you can create a card front. Well, this piece should go this way. I decided that I was going to take this pink piece and cut it out, and that's what I did for the front of this card. So that's our focal point. And all I did was cut it out, and I am then going to need to resize it. At the same time, I'm trying to find a piece, and I'm doing this to, oh, I did it on the same, that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And again, this is just basic white. And then my new favorite combination of colors is Moody Mauve. Love this. Oh, love this color so much. And then we have to cut down our piece of designer series paper. Now this piece is about 3 by 4 1/4. So we want to make this piece, and we may just chop it down little by little. Let's start this way. And I just chop little pieces off just to make sure that I can get what I would like to have in here. And it is going to be 2 3/4. Now let me see. All right, so I'm trying to get as little as possible off. All right, so here we are with this. And then we need one just at 4, which is about what it is right now. Okay, so that's going to be our front piece. Now, one other thing I did not talk about And on this piece of designer series paper, this is what I cut the butterfly from. And the butterfly is from the Brilliant Wings. It is a retired set, but I don't have any other butterfly that I can use. And all I did was get out one of these beautiful little dies, and I wanted the color, and so I just put it on here, and then I die cut. That's all I did. So I used my little boss to go ahead and cut it down. All right, so that's all I did. So this card came together really easy, but again, at the same time, I had some struggles with it. We will make and I should put this up here, we will make a bow out of this beautiful textured ribbon, and it's Moody Mauve. Again, oh, love this stuff. So I have my bow that is ready. And then one last thing, we will go ahead and add some of the in color dots to the front of our card, just to give it a little more of an accent. And again, those are in Moody Mauve. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting this together. So someplace around here, you know, it's so amazing that, there it is. Remembering that you have everything here, and then when you go to find it, you can't find it at all. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is this beautiful designer series paper. Stampin' Up! Has a sale right now for 15% off this beautiful designer series paper. Don't miss out on this. It is so fabulous, and at the same time, it is so affordable. And again, you get two sides to your designer series paper. On this one, it has lots of fun flowers that are daisy-like, and then on the other side, it's just a real great color. Again, something that I would use. Moody Mauve. All right, our next one is this beautiful Baja Blue. And again, on the other side, then you have the copper. So this is so worth your money. Okay, so I got those two together. So now I am going to take my foam adhesive sheets, and my foam adhesive sheets look like this. Okay, and all I do is cut them up to whatever size I need to use so I can put them on my cards. And again, I like cards that really stand up, so I don't have to worry about them being you know, sinking in the middle, or I've had cards that I've had creases before, and that's one of the reasons that I really did go from dimensionals to the adhesive sheets. All right, is because of that. My cards just kept being bent, or they're bent in the middle. So I just said, not going to do that. I am really going to focus on making sure that my cards stand up. Now, before I do that, getting a little bit ahead of myself because I'm so excited to share this with you, I want to do some stamping on the inside of the card. And our card is going to have your friendship means everything, and then bubble bath, and the Moody Mauve. Love those colors, love them, love them. So I'm going to start with the light color first, and the light color is going to get the bold stamp. And I have put a mark on my daisies so I make sure that I know where the top is, and I also did on my Let me see if I can find it. I also put a mark. Oh, I thought I had a mark. I guess I didn't. I thought I had a mark on the top, but I do have a mark on this one, so I can make sure that when I stamp these on top of each other, I know where the top is. You know, I honestly do not know where all my, there I go. So that will let me know that when I cut it out, that my top starts right here, so I can line everything up. So just a little thing to make your life a little bit easier. So here we go. I'm just going to put this right in the middle. And then I'm going to, whoops, open up this one and put this one right in the middle. Oh, I got off on that one. Can't always see when I have the camera in the way. Sorry about that. All right, so I have that. Oops. And then I need my mop for my saying. Okay, and it's about your friendship. Straight down, straight up. And you always want to do this before you put the front on, because if you need to fold it a different direction, then you also have that and you can be a little more creative. So from here, we are going to add on the front part of the full color card. Okay, and again, your goal is to try to line it up so it's even all the way around. And then we have our ribbon, and we are getting out our glue dots, and I'm just putting it on the bottom of the, where all the leaves are, so it just looks really fun. And then I brought out my my mini dimensionals. I have my mini dimensionals, and all I'm going to do is take one of these and cut it in half. And then I need to find my little pluckers, and then I need to make sure that that just fits on the back of the die cut, and then I'm just going to take this off. Alright, and I'm just going to fly that up by where the flowers are. I really like this. I just think it looks so beautiful. Then I am taking my brushed brash butterflies, and I'm going to add 2 on the inside. Now, a couple of things about, you like to do things in 3s. So from here, I have my, let me go see if I can find my, take my pick tool. Here we go. Let's see if I can use this. I just want a little butterfly coming in towards the words, and a bigger butterfly flying away from the daisy. And then from here, I am taking my dots, and I am just adding my dots to my card. And again, whenever you're dealing with these, you really want to do something that makes it look like they are triangles. And the triangles don't have to be you know, dimensionally correct. They can be flat, they can be wild, they can be all over the place, but that just gives you a little idea of your card. So it's just really easy, really beautiful, and I didn't really follow the design this time, but I kind of put this in the place of the wording, and I have different sizes here just to create something that I really enjoyed. So that's card number 1. Whoop, whoop. All right, card number 2. Here we are with card number 2. We are going to do a little bit of embossing, and our embossing is going to be just this. I wanted it to be like they were in a green area where you could see a little bit of a horizon with the clouds up on the top. I did this saying coffee with friends is like happiness in a cup. I did that in Pebble Path ink. And then again on the inside, I also did this in Versamark, and then I embossed it. So that's what we're going to do right now. First thing, God, I have so many retired things that I just absolutely love that I can't get rid of. This new horizon. So with this horizon, I just picked something out of here that I just loved. You know, you could do something like this, and then you wouldn't really even need any border or a light border. Have them sitting right here looking out at this beautiful sky. But I just went through and found a color that I thought was absolutely gorgeous. And I know that I have used a lot of these before, so, you know, it is just a lot of watercolor. Absolutely beautiful for me. Absolutely beautiful. So what I did is that I took my piece of designer series paper and I brought in my Darling Details. Darling Details have this incredible, frame. And so I just did the frame, and it gives you 2 different cuts. It gives you a cut where you can use this as a frame on the outside, or it has a cut that comes across like this. And I just really enjoyed this. I just thought, this is exactly what I want. So I will use this for another project. But this is some of the best frames I've seen in a long time. And this is absolutely fabulous because you can lace ribbon in this. So you can cut something on the side and then add the ribbon. So, I mean, it's Stampin' Up was really thinking on this one. Love it. So we are going to get our embossing. I'm going to do, oh, I already embossed inside. Thank goodness. I was a little bit worried about that. And we are just going to, I'm just going to give this just a little bit of a seal. And I don't want to stick it down right now, even though I probably should. But I just want to place it down so I have something to mark all of my stamping. So I'm bringing out my Versamark, and I'm bringing out my stamps that is Coffee with Friends. Beautiful stamp. I'm a coffee person, so this is like one of the best things ever, is to have a couple of friends just sitting on the side, having conversation, and a lovely cup of coffee. So with this, all I'm doing is taking my Versamark, and you can see it's well used, and just inking up my stamp. I want to have a little bit of their feet on the green, and then the rest for them to look over the horizon. Almost reminds me of Montana. All right, from here then, I am just bringing in my black. Now, I have chosen to keep my powder in a little container, but you, of course, don't have to do that. We have a wonderful embossing tool that you can pour everything into, open up the bottom, pour it back into the little small container. I did forget to use my embossing buddy. The embossing buddy takes all the oil out, and it gives you a really good seal, so you don't have to worry about having marks all over the place, which I may. But now all I'm going to do is just pour this on. And see where it takes me. All right, that is not bad. Now we got a couple of things I want to check with. Have out my brush, and it would have taken away a lot of this if I would have used the embossing buddy. So that was my mistake. And as you can see, I didn't seal it right at the very end. So I'm going to come in and do that. All right, there's some places down here that I just want to give it a little rub out. So once I start the heating tool, then I won't get black all over the place. And be careful, because you don't want to take off your embossing powder, whoops, like that, because then you may have to do it over again. Okay, got a little cup of coffee here, and still most of the time I have a smaller brush that I do use. I'm having a time here, having a moment. I'm having a moment. All right, this time I am not going to touch this stuff. All right, so here we go. So now we're going to bring in the heating tool. It will get a little bit loud. I'm sorry about that. I am going to bring in my clipboard that has my aluminum foil on it. So then when I heat this up, it also rebounds, just like sun tanning. It rebounds and seals the bottom. And it will take just a few minutes to start to heat up. Once it heats up, it melts the designer series, or it melts the embossing powder. And you know you have a good embossing when you can touch it and there's not a lot of powder or flaking that happens. And a lot of times if you shine the light in the proper place, it will also show you whether you have everything done right. Everything, the embossing is all melted. So now, right now, I can turn it sideways, and I don't know if you can see that, but I can turn it sideways, and I can see that it has a very good, all the powder has melted. And that happens to be part of what this is just a piece of cardboard, and I wrapped it with aluminum foil, and I just put it on a clipboard just because it's easy to carry. All right, now from here, because I did get a good seal and I don't have to worry about anything. All I'm going to do is go back and add just a little bit of adhesive. Some of you may wonder why I didn't do it at the very beginning. I just, you know, I want to make sure that everything lines up nice and easy. Sometimes I'm just quirky about that. And this is just Tombow liquid glue, and it gives it just a good seal. And I didn't put a lot on, so it's not leaking all over the place. Love this. So from here, I am just going to get out my glue dots and put this on the side. Or not my glue dots, my dimensionals. I'll get this out. And I was hoping I was going to have 4 or 5. I'm going to have to get out my scissors. And I'm able to just cut the corners. Oh, I have one more. Yes. Okay. And then I just need to cut a corner so I can put it in the middle. You can see that they're just cut to give them just a little bit, just to give them a piece. You can have a piece for everything again, so it mails nicely. It's usually always about the mailing. And I try to mail as many cards as I can. I love to mail cards to people. It's one of my favorite things to do. And guys, again, this is really important. Please, please, please feel free to enjoy my cards. Oh my goodness, I didn't know I had 2. That was interesting. Let me see. I have my tools from my dentist. They shared tools with me, which I really like a lot. And let me see if I can get these off. Nope, I'm not going to. So I'm just going to find my silicone pad, stick them there. Don't have to worry about that. I'll get this one out, and I happen to see more. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to do that. I am just going to, I have one more piece of my big old foam adhesive sheet. I'm just going to put that on there with this. Yes. All right, stick it over at the side. There we go. And now all I'm going to do is adhere it to the front of the card. Here is my card. Now I forgot to bring my envelopes over here, so you should never do anything with them. Just never send a naked envelope. So please make sure that you decorate your envelope. And I don't have any envelopes over here to share that with you, but I will always make sure that my envelopes are the best that they can be. Okay, decorated and all. And so here is this. I really like this a lot. I just think it is almost like a clean and simple card that just has two besties out there enjoying life. Love that. All right, so now I have a couple of cards that I want to share with you. We did a swap with my downline. No, with my upline. And I want to share some of these beautiful cards that I received. And there were only 4 or 5 of us that swapped. But this is just a beautiful card. And I just really thought Judy did a beautiful job. So this is done by my friend Judy. All right, and again, it is in favorite color, my Moody Mauve. Love that. This is made by Alice. So sweet. Love this. And it is done with Zany Zoo. All right, and it just is so sweet. And I love this, and how cute can you get? And these were all done with fun folds or fancy folds. This is from Lori. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card by Lori. I love this. Nice little easel, something down here, so as you sit, you can just look at it. I just think that this is really, really beautiful. And then we have this one done by Susan, and I love this. I just thought this was just such a nice card. Little magnet. Use the, I think the designer, I can't remember they're the edging ones, and they're beautiful. And then you have a little card that sticks in the middle. All right, this is just so sweet. I love it. And then the card I made for everyone was here. And you open the flap, and then you open the inside of the card. Okay, seafoam is what I used. This is done by the Irresistibles, and this is also online exclusives. And all I did was die cut them. That was it. Got out my cardstock and just die cut it. So those are the cards that I wanted to share with you from our beautiful swap that we had. And I thank everyone for swapping with me. So again, just want to let you know, this is what our first card was. And this is our second card. So love these cards. I just think they're so sweet. Here's the design. I will have the design on so you can see it later. And I just want you to have a beautiful afternoon. Thank you, friends, for stamping with me. It means a lot. Thank you for comments that you write to me later on. I'm hoping that I get an opportunity to see, okay, the comments coming in. But otherwise, I love what I'm doing. This is one of my favorite things. I book everything for Wednesday afternoons for Hump Day sketches. I love it. 4 o'clock is my jam. And then every other week, I enjoy doing Throw the Dice Thursday. So everyone, this is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. Thank you so much for being with me today. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.